Do you drink your rum neat or on ice? We've got something for you to try out here, and that's not water, that you can make ice cubes for your drinks with.
So pop open that can of Coco Rum or Coco Vodka, get your ice tray out, evenly pour each square, so you get the same amount. Go ahead and carefully put it in the freezer, and then let it set.
72 hours later.
So we made our ice cubes out of the Coco Rum, and we're gonna go ahead and make a couple drinks with different rums with this and see how Coco Rum infused into other rum sipping drinks. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of really bad rum, and this is a dark rum. And now we're gonna go ahead and crack open our ice cubes there. Now again, it is 5.5% alcohol in the cans. So yes, they can freeze. Obviously, it's just enough that you can freeze these, where obviously as a higher proof spirit won't freeze. So we're gonna go ahead and get some of this coconut water, hard coconut water rum in a glass of really bad rum. You definitely, I do get a little bit of the coconut flavor there coming through. You get the coconut flavor?
Yeah.
Obviously there, you know, really bad rum is a 80 proof rum here. So really bad rum there with some of our coconut water ice cubes. So again, this is something, now again, because it's a little bit, the ice cube is breaking down a little bit, but again, it's chilling the glass just enough, a nice square cube, and then it'll start kind of melting a little bit. Yes, it'll dilute it, but again, I think it also will settle down some of those higher proof rums. And again, it's going to infuse it with the coconut water and coconut rum, obviously drink with it. So, all right. So I think that's a good one there. All right, let's try what's next. All right, so next up here is Kill Devil Rum. They have a pecan honey. There again, it's another 80 proof rum there. So we're gonna go ahead and pour some in. Again, naturally, on its own, you're gonna get a little bit of a pecan flavor because they soak in the rum barrel pecans, and then they add a little bit of honey afterwards. So again, we're gonna try to see what a pecan and a coconut flavored ice cube is gonna be. So let's give this a try. Now I have to say again, because it's not water, what we froze, it doesn't have very good consistency with, but again, I think it's enough that it produces the chill effect on the spirit. So let's see what we get. I really tell you, again, it's to say, whenever you're drinking, you're having something neat, yeah, just a little bit of water to it, it helps kind of settle down. It changes the flavor a little bit. Again, it doesn't have as much. There we go. Okay, so I get a good nod of approval there. So yeah, it's got a really good flavor. I was really interested in trying how the pecan, coconut, and the that honey was going to go. So let's go ahead and move on to our next one. All right, so our next one up here is from the Rum Rats here. This is Arco Seco. Again, this is their product that they just have brought out there. Again, if you follow our podcast, all of these guests have been on the podcast, including Steve and Seamus on recent episode of the Drums and Rums podcast. But again, so this is a fellow Canadians there, so it makes sense right there because again, Mark is also a Canadian there. So we're gonna go ahead, take our cube here. All right. Doesn't it kind of look like the Avengers? They're looking for the Tesseract. Yes. Here we go. We're gonna go and pour that over. Again, this is another 80 proof rum here. Oh no, I'm mistaken there. It's actually 86. So it's a little bit higher proof on this one. So this might actually, it's gonna kind of help it down. Again, most people have a little struggle with sipping any spirit neat just because it has a lot more heat and punch to it. But adding a little block of cube, wow, that's actually really, really good. That's it.
Really smooth.
It's really smooth. It's pretty good. All right, we're on to our last one. All right, so we're on to our last cube here. Again, it's starting to melt. So we're gonna go ahead and get this in there too long. You see again, it's starting to just break down a little bit coming out of there. So again, I've got a little bit of excess water that's come out of there, but we go ahead and give this last one a try here. We've got Black Tot Rum. This is the finest Caribbean Black Tot. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm sure some of it may be that you probably should pour the rum in first and then put the cube in so it's not pouring warmer. But let's go ahead and get some of this mixed up in there too. It just makes just enough smooth. Again, this has got the some of the barrel age a little bit on it there, so this is a little bit more of a aged product there. So again, it helps. I think again, it's like just because people see drinking scotches or bourbons with a block cube like this, you can do this with rum as well. You can make almost any rum a sipper. Well, almost any rum. But again, some of these there, and again, adding this a little bit of that coconut flavor to it, and obviously it's based on rum as well. So there you go. There you have it. Coco Cubes, that's what we're calling it. Coco Cubes. Go ahead and pour this into your cube tray there. Make some ice cube blocks for your drinks and your cocktails, and then you can sip away on all there. You get a new flavor there, a little bit coconut infused, and you got it there. Again, it will freeze and have it. So again, tell me what you think. Check out the podcast that we had for these past guests on there as well too, and leave a comment there. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thanks. Cheers.